and saying unless their entire agenda gets done, they're going to cause an unprecedented default. What the president is doing is the opposite of that. He wants to make sure that we take that off the table and have a separate conversation on the budget, something that he put forth on March 9th, which shows how he values the way moving forward, to show how he sees our economy moving forward, building on the successes that he's had these last 2 years, making sure that we cut the deficit by $3 trillion for the next 10 years. So, to your question, I have an answer to your question. Polling from 2011 and 2013 makes clear that congressional Republicans were to blame for their threats to default. And polling now shows Americans want spending and default handled separately, as does the president. That said, when it comes to threatening default, people should not be looking at polling. They should be looking at how they're going to be delivering for the American people. They should be looking at their constituents, whose jobs and retirements could be crushed by recession if this is truly going to move forward in the way that they seemingly want to go, which is manufacturing a crisis. So, again, this is something that the president wants to avoid. He wants to make sure that this is not on the table, that we take default off the table, and that's a conversation that he's going to have very clearly with congressional members today, leaders today.
There have been other instances of brinksmanship on Capitol Hill with government shutdowns, and the public has seen that. They've seen 11th hour resolution to things. This is a very different beast in terms of the potential negative impact, as you've pointed out, never happened before. Do you think the public has a sense of what is at stake for them, their retirement accounts, their job security, the overall economy? And do you anticipate the president will have to speak out about this in a bigger way than the daily communication that he's done, or that you speaking on his behalf? Is there a speech to be had? Is there a moment coming?
So the president's going to go to New York. He's going to visit a district that he won in 2020. He's going to talk directly to constituents and clearly Americans in that district, and have a very clear conversation and lay this out very clearly, as he's done many times. I had mentioned the polling in 2011.
Nighttime is, I guess, where I was going with that.
I see. I mentioned...
It wasn't clear. I knew I was going to New York.
Yep. No, I totally understand. I mentioned the polling from 2011 and 2013, how congressional Republicans were blamed by the American people about what they tried to do in those two instances. And the president's going to continue to talk about this. Don't have a nighttime, primetime speech to lay out for you or to preview at this time. But look, let's see what happens at 4. Let's see how this conversation goes.
A big and exciting day will be coming up for many Americans. New inflation relief checks are set to go out to eligible low-income households over the next few months. There are several proposals that include tax credits and bonus relief checks that are currently being negotiated right now. My dearest friends, I'll be sharing with you an updated list of proposed relief plans, so do make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dearest friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Currently, there are multiple states that want to put money back in the pockets of their residents as residents of Colorado work to make ends meet. Property tax increases are top of mind. The state of Colorado is adding property relief options to soften these increases as homeowners experience sticker shock. Colorado's property tax deferral programs have traditionally helped seniors and active military personnel continue to afford to live in their homes by deferring the payment of their property taxes. This service was expanded this year to provide relief to homeowners affected by increased property taxes in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Massachusetts residents may also receive permanent tax relief. Senate President Karen Spilka has said that the Senate is still taking a look at tax relief after April tax collections fell far short. Spilka has long called for permanent, progressive tax relief. Spilka insisted on Monday that her chamber's relief package, which will be unveiled after the fiscal 2024 budget process, must be smart and sustainable. The Senate Ways and Means Committee's fiscal 2024 spending plan weighs in at about $3.4 billion, or 6.5%, larger than the fiscal 2023 state budget that was signed by Governor Charlie Baker last summer. The Senate Ways and Means Committee voted 16-0 to recommend the spending plan. It's an indication that the proposal will likely sail to passage when it hits the Senate floor later this month. Another round of relief will be headed to the bank accounts of New Mexico residents. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham signed off on the plan that New Mexico House and Senate lawmakers have passed. Single tax filers will receive $500. Married couples, heads of households, and surviving spouses will receive $1,000. The plan is to send out those rebates in June, and this is according to the governor's office. Rebates will be automatic for those residents who have filed regular tax returns. For residents who are not required to file income tax returns, there is a pool of $15 million available for relief, which people will need to apply. Also, Democratic lawmakers have introduced a bill that would offer a tax credit of up to $1,500 for electric bicycle buyers. The Electric Bicycle Incentive Kickstart for the Environment Act, also known as E-Bike Act, was introduced in March and is sponsored by Democratic Representative Jimmy Panetta. The bill is a revamped version of a 2021 legislation that was eventually cut out of the final draft of the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act. Representative Panetta said in a recent statement, "Many people are looking to get out of their cars and get onto e-bikes for transportation purposes. By incentivizing Americans to own and use e-bikes, we are allowing them the chance to help improve the quality of life in our communities and tackle the climate crisis in our country." According to the Light Electric Vehicle Association, which is an organization that promotes the sale of electric vehicles nationwide, electric bikes are becoming increasingly popular around the world. In the United States alone, e-bike sales are outpacing electric and hybrid cars combined. E-bike tax credits have already been introduced in some cities across the country. In Denver, Colorado, residents can already apply for a rebate of up to $1,200 per person. The rebate was so popular, the city had to pause the program to catch up with demand. Other cities like Austin, Texas, and Ann Arbor, Michigan, also offer similar programs. The 2021 proposal only allowed those who earned under $75,000 a year or $150,000 for couples to obtain the tax credit for bikes that cost less than $4,000. However, the 2023 version allows anyone who earns up to $150,000 a year or up to $300,000 for couples to obtain a tax credit of 30% off or up to $1,500. The credit also applies to e-bikes that cost less than $8,000. While this year's bill has more bipartisan support, Democrats will need to be joined by some of the House-controlling Republicans to pass it to the Senate. Well, my beautiful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Tuesday. Thank you, dear friends, for being here and for being here every single day. To show my appreciation and to say thank you, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My friends, if you'd like to enter these weekly giveaways, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.